we're off. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show on a Monday. Exciting week ahead. I can say that. Hello, T-Roy.
Hey, buddy.
How are you, pal?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Doing good. Yeah, I feel like I got a really busy week.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's a busy week look like for you?
Well, not busy like your week.
Well, just, I was curious.
Just doctor's appointments and someone coming over to do some work here tomorrow. I had...
we have in-studio guest this week?
We have an in-studio guest on Wednesday. Yeah, all of that. Yeah. You'd be shocked how much that throws me off. Mm-hmm. Like whenever I've got something...
Out of the routine, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was just curious.
Yeah, you know what I come back to? It's so funny. When I think about that, I get really frazzled about like, oh God, I gotta do this thing, but then that doesn't leave me as much time to prep, and I get really thrown off. And I remember something you said years ago about something dumb like going to Costco, and you were like, it's an hour round trip. You said something like that,
yeah.
And I took note of that, and I was like, he's right. It's an hour round trip. He goes there, he gets whatever he needs, and then he comes home, and it's an hour.
Yep. And
I'm like, okay, I got to go to Mind. So I need it, which is the mental imaging or, imaging, whatever, so that did my MRI stuff. Okay. And so they're going to cancel my appointment for Thursday if I don't get a record of it. So I need to get the imaging on a disc and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck, I got to do that. But I got someone coming tomorrow, and when am I going to have time? And so I was like, fuck it. Just take the first step. Just call them. And I called them, and I got someone great on the phone. They're like, yeah, no problem. We'll have it at the front desk. It'll be available the day after 2 o'clock.
Boom.
And so I still have to go pick it up. No big deal. I can go tonight. They're there till 7, 8 o'clock. And if not, I can go tomorrow. It'll be waiting for me at the front desk. I'm like, okay, that's a load off.
There you go.
It's just like dumb little shit. It's like, it won't take me but 20 minutes to go round trip.
Yeah.
Go there, pick it up, be done, and then I'm good for Thursday.
Yeah, if you can
take
plan
that
it,
off my list.
if you can plan around it and schedule it accordingly, maybe knock out something while you're out there, kill two birds with one stone kind of thing, something that you might have to do. It's, a little bit goes a long way.
It's amazing how much it rattles me, though, and frazzles me, and it drives me nuts, I know it. I've been like that my whole life, and I don't know what you do about it, and it's like,
You're very singularly focused.
Yeah. I always have been. Mm-hmm. It's so frustrating, because I look at other people who compartmentalize well, or who can do two things at once, and I just can't. It doesn't compute to me on any level. It fucking irritates me.
Everybody's brain works in different ways, man.
Oh, it's so frustrating, but I feel like those small wins, like it's like a load off, you know? It's like that idea of military guys, like just make your bed first thing when you wake up, and you've accomplished something.
Right.
You've started the day by accomplishing a task. And
and I tell you what, I did that for a while. I gave up on it, but it was actually really nice.
The making the bed thing?
Yeah, and it didn't have anything to do with that. It was that at the end of the day when I went to go get in, and it was just a nice made bed, like that. There was something about that, and I stopped doing it. I stopped giving a shit. But for a while, it was like, that really helps. There's just something about that.
I try to do it. I don't do it first thing in the morning, but I will at some point, a few hours before I go to bed at least. I will go up there. I'll make sure my meds are straight. And then I'll just pull the sheets up and the blanket and get things right, so I have that feeling when I go in there.
Walk in there, it's just there ready.
Yeah, so I don't have to do it right away. It doesn't matter. But if I do it by 6 o'clock at night, I'm not going to bed till 11 or 12.
It'd be weird if you walked in there and made it and then got in it.
Yeah.
At least it was made when you got in. I mean, whatever works, I guess.
Whatever works, yeah. But there is something weird to that. Like, the bed's made.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing worse than having it just a shit show. And
I always laugh at the people that bitch about laundry. Like how much time it takes.
Yeah.
Like that's always been a thing for me. Like, no, it doesn't. Like laundry takes no time at all.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, start
Folding's
to
a pain
finish.
in the ass.
Okay, 5 minutes to fold a load of laundry.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So, I mean, it literally...
It's 5 shitty minutes, though. Let's be honest.
Okay, but you want to act like you don't have time. Like, oh, my God, I have all this laundry to do. Okay, well, a load of laundry consists of 5 minutes, let's just say, and that's
not even. It's more like
of taking it down, putting it in, starting it.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you walk away for an hour.
Yeah.
And then you go back down and you take it a minute, take it out of the washer, throw it in the dryer, turn it on, walk away for an hour.
Yeah.
And then you come back and you need 5 minutes to fold it. So, I mean, it's 10 minutes of your time. Now, granted, it's 2 hours of actual time of doing it, but of your time, occupying your time, it's less than 10 minutes to do a load of laundry.
Yeah.
And less than that if you start compiling, because when you go down there, just flip the one and you put the other one in. Now you're multitasking. Now you're just cutting that down. I mean, all you're doing is fold
if you
laundry.
do what?
If you're throwing, like, taking one out, putting one in, doing all that kind of stuff. You're killing two birds with one stone.
And I do like doing that. People are really weird about laundry. Like, everybody's a little different, you know, because I agree with you. It's a 2-minute task, really.
Right.
It takes 1 minute.
Yeah.
I mean,
Being generous.
If you're just throwing it in your laundry basket, it's literally walk downstairs, throw it in the thing, and you come back in an hour. When I lived alone, which was majority of my life, I would throw it in and the key is get it out of the washing machine when it's done at some point that day.
So it doesn't stank.
And I had to learn that lesson the hard way many times.
Rewash.
The rewash. Yeah. Now I'm better about it. And as long as you get it, you know, within the day, you know, so if you do it in the morning and you come back in the evening, it's not going to stank. But if you start going a day or two, but then when you throw it in the dryer, for the longest time, now I try to be respectful of you because you use that stuff too, but I would just leave it in there.
Yeah.
I would never fold it. I would just be like, oh, I need a pair of underwear, a T-shirt, and a pair of socks, and I would just go on there and be like, rummage through whatever's in there, never fold it.
See, I hate it. It just gets too wrinkly.
See, everyone says that, but I disagree. I think you can just...
I mean, underwear and socks, I don't give a shit. No,
and mine are just T-shirts. Yeah. What do I care? Now, if you've got a dress shirt or something, I agree with you. But
even like jeans and stuff, if they're just wadded up in there, they get wrinkly. Sheets, all that stuff just gets...
Just stop washing your jeans. I never wash jeans.
Really?
Like, never.
What?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've read articles. The CEO from Levi's said you should wash your jeans like twice a year, max.
I certainly don't like wear them once and wash them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'll wash. I mean, I'll probably wear them 2-3 times. You know?
I was the wear them once then wash them guy forever. Yeah. And then I started reading articles about it, and I don't give a shit if it's like water waste consumption shit like that. I don't care about that. But the CEO from Levi's did an interview because I said this to my dad. He was like, bullshit, and I Googled it and was like, you should very rarely wash your jeans. You just don't need to. You know, once every 6 months, if you want to throw them in, that's fine.
I go commando. So I like to keep them a little high and tight.
That's different. You're a commando guy. God, that freaks me out.
What?
I don't know. Just does.
Let it breathe.
Yeah, I guess. That's what boxers are for.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a big boxer guy.
I don't. Yeah, but I mean, because essentially, they just end up like riding up and being awkward and
especially in the summer.
Yeah, just don't care for it. Yeah.
Before we get to the show, new car inventory is growing, and when the inventory grows, so do the savings. Full lot means better selection. Better selection means dreamy deals. Best of all, when you visit our friends and OG sponsors, Zott Ford and Holly, you get both. So if you bought out your lease in the past year or two because there was nothing to choose from and the deal sucked, then today is your lucky day. No need to spend money on new brakes, tires, or maintenance. Just trade that turd in and get $2,000 more than it appraised for when you purchase or lease a new Ford Escape, Edge, or Explorer at Zott Ford. As a matter of fact, you can trade in almost any used car. Get the extra $2,000 when you get a new whip. Need more deals? How about 0% financing on many new vehicles in stock at Zott? Plus, our boy Gabar and the team will toss in a Ford Factory trifold tonneau cover at no charge on every new F-150 you buy or lease in the month of January. Clearly, an expanding inventory generates beautiful bargains, and you can check out both when you go visit dealsinthed.com. Also wanted to mention, if you were one of the people that got our sweatshirts, T-shirts, that kind of thing early on when we first put out, we've got new merch. Again, there's absolutely brand new sweatshirts. There's T-shirts, hats, a lot more options, like women's, men's, different colors. Winter beanies, which is good for this time of the year. You should check them out. RadioFor1.com. Just click on the merch link. It'll take you to all those. We'll keep adding more stuff as we go, but there's some great stuff. There's stuff that we don't even have yet. I need to place an order and get some of that stuff for us. It looks awesome. I can't wait to check it out. And you should do the same. You can also check out our Amazon link, front and center, Amazon Canada. Do your shopping there. They give us a kickback. It's great for us. MyPillow, just use promo code TDC. Whatever you get there, they've got tons of stuff. The TDC promo code will work at the My Store if you're looking for their coffee and whatnot. Groupon is there. Also, send us an email, walters@detroitcast.com. We love reading your emails. And with that all being said, T, there you go. There's the new stuff.
Scrolling through.
Yeah. I really want that one in the middle.
Yeah, it's dope.
Actually, I want all of them. I really do. So, and that Nike one, I really like Nike sweatshirts. They really don't shrink at all.
No, they have been. They've been exceptional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna check that new one out in there too. I feel sort of like a racist today.
Really?
I know, as you say, as opposed to other days. Yeah. Even more so today. We should not be working.
Yeah.
This is kind of bullshit.
It was funny to me last night. You were like, you have to work tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, everybody works. If I'm working a bank, I'm like, no, I think everybody's got the day off. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I thought they forced people to take the day off. Like, you will not go to work. You will sit and, give praise to Martin Luther the King.
It's Hebe Weeby Day.
Hebe Weeby Day?
Yeah. He be dead, we be off.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, he be Weeby Day. And I love Martin Luther the King.
Of course.
He fucked everything that moved, cheated on everything.
Yeah, boy.
So I've mad respect for that, obviously. I think he had something to do with civil rights or some shit, too.
Yeah.
But anyway, I love him even more. He gave us a day off, or most people. I think only racists are allowed to work today.
Shit.
Yeah.
I should talk to my boss about that and let him know.
Yeah. You should say, look, dude, I am not a racist. Nothing about me is racist, so I really don't appreciate
If nothing else, I should be able to take a half a day.
Yeah.
I should get half a day off.
Absolutely.
Right?
The lower half of you. I agree. But, it's cool to see everybody. I flipped on the TV. It was on ESPN from the night before, and they had a whole panel talking about Martin Luther the King.
Okay.
Which is what I want with my sports.
Exactly.
A nice mix of sports and race.
Of course.
Culture. That's always good. Our boy, President Soup, was out there. Today is Andrea. Don't get it confused. It's not Andrea. It's Andrea Waters King. And it's her birthday, January 16th, falls on Martin Luther the King Day.
Really?
Today, yes.
Oh, boy, what a coinkydink.
Yeah. And so President Soup was out giving remarks at NAN, the National Action Network, which is arguably one of the racist networks in the country.
Okay.
Run by our buddy who coughs up cats and whatnot, dipshit Sharpton.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Yeah. And so any Democrat leader has to go blow him. Yeah, I mean, it was just
'tis the season.
Painful. I don't know if you ever saw the video.
Laying that groundwork for February.
Right, right. And for, if you want the support, like, if you didn't know any better, you would think Sharpton is the king of the blacks. And whatever he says goes, and all blacks obviously just follow his lead.
Of course.
Because they can't think for themselves, apparently. That's what he would have you believe.
Well, if you don't vote for Biden, you ain't black.
You ain't black. And if you can't even decide who you're going to vote for, then you ain't black. Sharpton, apparently king of the blacks. When he had, and Sanders fell for that. And Sanders was like, I got to go kiss the ring. I got to go in there and suck this guy's fucking wrinkled dick now.
Votes.
Yeah. And so it was like, okay, and I remember talking about it and seeing them have coffee together. And it was like, I'll have my coffee black out of respect for where I'm sitting right now. He was showing mad love and respect for the black and sitting there with Sharpton.
Did I put cream in my coffee?
No cream at all. Nothing in my coffee. I wanted black. I love the black. I'm friends with the black. I support the black.
He's normally like a triple guy, and he's just sitting there just sucking down a stiff cup of black coffee.
Just sour as shit. He knows once a year he's got to do it.
Delicious.
I got to sit here with this curmudgeon and fucking act like I give a shit about this stuff. Like, please, just give me all the black vote. Whatever you say to these people, just make sure they all vote for me. I need the vote of the black. I'll even drink my coffee black just for you.
Normally I have a Twinkie. Today I'm going to have a King Dong.
Yeah. Yeah. But President Soup, he's one of those spur of the moment guys, and he's up there.
Strong off the cuff.
Yeah, he's great. He's great on his feet. We've seen him before.
Really good when he goes off script.
Yeah, so he busts into Happy Birthday for, again, Andrea, and I thought it was great, and I want to play it for you and for everyone listening. It's very cool, and having our Andrea's birthday land on Martin Luther the King's
that's pretty special,
is pretty damn cool, and for as much as we rag on President Biden, and we'll continue to do that, I do have to give him his due, and
on a day like today.
Yeah. Let's hear him sing Happy Birthday and to Andrea and the special day.
Well, look, my wife has a rule in her family. When somebody's birthday, sing Happy Birthday. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Valen. Happy birthday to you.
Hold on.
Well,
hold on. What happened there, T?
I didn't. Oh, wait. Did I do that?
No.
Oh,
No, it just goes on.
It just cuts to that.
It just goes on to the next
Oh
video.
no. Oh,
Go back. Can we play that again?
Yeah,
I
yes,
feel
I
like
have to. Oh my God, that's spectacular.
Isn't that spectacular?
That is really good. Why does it do this? That's one thing I hate about this.
Just refresh the page. Maybe that'll work. I know I hate that too. If you don't grab it immediately,
it just goes right to the next one. Oh
they've changed the way they do their process. It used to be so perfect the way they did it, and now they want to stuff an ad in there or some shit. And
oh, it's sorry, just a picture. Where's the son of a?
Where do you think? There you go. Just hit hit enter on that. It'll pop up again. Go to the Daily Mail one. That's the one I'm familiar with. The New York Post has it, but I didn't watch that one, so I don't know what it is.
Like I can fucking read that.
There you go. Second one down.
That one.
That one. There you go.
That's too far up there for me.
You should turn around and look at the screen to your left.
I'm an idiot. I can see it right here on this one.
Where do you think this clown realized he was in trouble? So he can remember happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Do you think at that
point,
point,
about happy birthday, and then I think it's at that point where he realizes, oh, now the words change, and I have to insert a name here.
Oh, the name changes every time.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm surprised he didn't like throw his wife's name out there or something.
You know
what
is the move if you fuck that up, because he's got a microphone and he's on a stage. So it's not like you're in a room full of family and friends, and you're just like, oh, fuck, I don't remember this asshole's
Everybody's
name.
following this lead.
Yeah, so at that point, couldn't you just be like, happy birthday,
dear,
and then put the mic out to the crowd like, everybody, all at once? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Did you just do that? Are we still live? What happened?
Yeah, this thing goes out. I don't know what just happened here.
Oh, boy, there's a lot going on that screen. Makes us look important.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Nerds.
I know it.
I think we're still live, though.
Yeah, we should still be going. I don't know. I moved the mic and the screen, this one out, and then now we're doing that. So let me see.
Oh, boy. You know what? I'm going to go. Let me go to the tube. Sorry, folks.
Okay.
Bear with us. Let me go to the tube and see what people are looking at. Because if they're looking at that, that's a problem.
That is.
That might give away all our secrets.
I know. I don't know how to get rid of this, though. That's what's on.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Is that what's out there? I don't know why this just went off.
Oh, that says we're live. Okay.
Oh, it says, yeah.
No, look, here's what we're looking at.
All right, good.
That's the actual screen. So,
right, so this is, I guess I'm just going to have to run it off of this for now. So this switches?
Huh?
Does that switch? Oh, you're supposed to tell me.
Sorry. I can go back there.
No, that's okay. So that's...
All right, go ahead.
No, yeah.
I'm trying to mute it so we don't...
Yeah. Man, I sound good on that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
God damn. Most people think you're black. It's the best part.
Yeah.
Okay, now you've got soup up there.
Yeah, so it's going back and forth. Okay, fine. Then
So you're...
We'll pivot. We'll adapt and overcome. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
We're just going to keep it going.
Nerds! We're going to need a nerd at some point.
I have no idea what just happened here. I moved the mic and the screen went out. So, for whatever that means.
Oh, my God. Can this guy go one day without clowning himself?
I don't. Well,
it's just spectacular.
It is. I would really like to see this again.
I wonder if people side stage are going, oh, no. That's not part of the script. That's not part of the script.
Don't do this.
If anyone on planet Earth outside of a 5-year-old couldn't fuck up the happy birthday song.
Yeah.
This dude's going to fuck this up somehow. Now we're going to have to spin this.
I really thought he was just going to, just mispronounce her name. Like, call her Andrea or Angie. It's, you know what I mean? Something like just fuck the name. Not just totally shit the bed.
Yeah.
That is next level.
Shit in the bed.
Yeah. So what was your plan there, Joe?
Yeah.
You went off script and, hey, my wife's got a rule.
Remember
What's your birthday? We sing no matter what the fuck your name is.
Yeah.
We just sing it. My wife's also got a rule that we just don't say the names.
Yeah. We just mumble the names. Remember when he got confused between his sister and his wife?
Yes.
And he called his sister his wife or something, and it gave everyone the immediate image of Joe banging his sister, which I wouldn't put past him. There's a good chance he fucked his daughter.
I
mean, he was showering her with her when she was
I don't know if he banged
way old.
Probably at least some diddling.
Yeah.
Or at least knocking one out to her or something.
Yeah. She claims her sexual, like she's a nymph.
Yeah, she's
total
a sex
nymph,
addict.
Sex addict. and she blames it on showering her with her dad at a way older than appropriate age. So I don't know if that means she was 30 or 13,
right.
but
either way,
either would be bad. All right, should we watch?
Yeah, I have to hear this one more time.
Yeah, and it's one of those.
Just for mine.
Usually, I'd love for us to join in the sing along, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to Martin Luther King.
No,
but it's too good on its own.
Take it away, Joe.
Well, look, my wife has a rule in her family. When somebody's birthday, sing happy birthday. You ready? Happy birthday
got it.
to
Nailing
you.
it.
Yeah.
Happy birthday
Sounds
to
pretty good.
you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, dear Violet. Happy birthday.
Look at their
to
reaction.
you.
Everybody's like, "The fuck? Did he just?"
Did he just say? Did he try to get away with a?
He sure did.
He tried to pass it up. At least pull the mic down, Joe.
Oh, he sure did.
Holy shit.
Oh, okay.
Spectacular.
Yeah, well done. I mean, just another. That's what made me laugh so much when the Republicans were shitting their own bed, trying to vote for Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
And it was just and then Sleepy Joe went up there and said how embarrassing it was.
Yeah.
You know how fucking embarrassing it has to be for that guy to say it's embarrassing?
Embarrassing.
Yeah, that's next level.
It's hilarious. That's up there with. There were a few things, like there was so much contention between when Trump was in office, but there were some things like Kofefi.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious.
Yep.
Like if you can't find humor in Kofefi, there's something wrong with you. Mm-hmm. You know, you can be a Trump supporter or fan, whatever you want. Kofefi is next level hilarious. To tweet that out and hit send and then roll with it, that's great.
Yep, lean into it.
Biden falling up the stairs onto Air Force One should be on a T-shirt. It's a crime that it's not. It's one of the funniest things ever. I even got Raj to admit. I was like, dude, tell me you found that hilarious. He's like, spectacular.
Okay. Yeah.
Even as severe, deranged, tarded-esque libtard as Raj or Mike Massey can go, yeah, that was funny as fuck, man. Him falling up the stairs of Air Force One
multiple
was
times
hilarious. And this is another one of those, happy birthday, dear.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't even find any legitimate way to try and cover it, hide it, anything.
Yeah.
Dear Martin's daughter.
That would have been better. That would have been a good save.
Yes.
If he was like, bitch, do you really think I wanted to be at this racist Nan event? Give me a break.
I'm here for your dad.
Yeah, I'm here for Martin Luther King Day. They made me come out here. You think I know this twat's name? No. I did the best I could. I thought it was pretty on my feet to go, dear MLK's daughter, happy birthday. And who knows how to pronounce her name anyways? Andrea?
Yeah.
It's like someone fucked up when they were writing her name down and screwed up Andrea. We got Andrea.
You get that a lot. I don't know how they come up with some of the names.
Arangelo and Lamangelo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I swear, Jay's mom swears that happened when she was working in the hospital. That's like such an old joke.
Yeah.
But she swears, and she's not really a liar.
I wouldn't think so.
You know, I mean, you know Cheryl.
Yeah.
I mean, Cheryl was good. 4 for 4.
Yeah.
Cheryl was good people. She swears Arangelo and Lamangelo was a real thing.
I take her at her word.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean,
that's as good as you're going to get right there.
Yeah. By the way, also, speaking of President's soup, his lawyers found 5 additional pages of classified material at his home in Delaware.
This is the second time, right?
Yeah, they're finding more around the place.
Oh, no, this is again?
Yeah. So they found one at his house, not in the garage next to his Corvette. Mm-hmm. They found one, and now they've come out and said, yeah, there were 5 more. So there's 6 additional top secret documents at that place. The New York Times reported that sources claim the materials were discovered after the White House said on Thursday that only one piece of classified material was discovered in a storage area adjacent to his locked garage, as if that counts as secure. Hilarious. The garage is locked. The garage is locked. Okay. Yeah. Is that how we count this nowadays? Mm-hmm. As long as the door's locked to your garage? Wow. Okay. I don't know what is going on here. Honestly, I don't. I read an article. I'll read it to you in a second. But this doesn't make sense. You're talking about materials that are 6 years old, 6+ years old, you know. And I read an article from someone named David Marcus. I don't know who that is. Okay. Maybe he's some super racist white supremacist. I don't know. I don't know who he is. Maybe he's a writer or something, or he's clearly on the right, I'm guessing, because of the article. But, you know, I don't know what we do here. I know the world came to an end every time Trump did something. And so it was like these top secret documents. Remember the photographs they put out of those and all that kind of stuff. Of course, and now, so I read this article. I'll read it to you. I think it's pretty interesting, and then we'll move on to other things. When the Justice Department lost patience with Donald Trump, who was storing classified documents at Mar-a-Lago, they launched an unprecedented Hollywood-style raid on the former president's home, complete with 30 federal agents and a comprehensive search of Melania's wardrobe. I would go through that panty store, too. If I was in there and I had carte blanche to go through her shit.
Yeah, see how she's rocking?
Yeah, you know there's thongs galore in there.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'd snatch a pair, but
what do you think the number-letter combination is up there?
The letter combination?
The number letter. What do you think? What kind of bra do you think she puts on every day?
Oh, bra? She's got to be a strong 36C.
I think she's 36, huh? That's big
34?
Around. Yeah, probably 34.
She's big, though. She's tall.
Yeah.
Well, we could see. We've got nude photos of her out there.
I think those all been scrubbed?
No. You can find her topless. And I think that, I mean, if you wanted to set legal precedent going forward, I wouldn't hate it if in their prime all first ladies had to provide nudes, because I saw some of Jill. Yeah. You know, there's you know, she used to be Joe Biden's babysitter.
Yeah,
and she was married when he started banging her.
Yeah, there's a famous picture where she's like sitting on his lap.
Yeah. When she's like 18, though, she's hot as shit. She was a model, too.
Okay.
She's gross now, but back then it was like, hell yeah, that'd be great. So, I don't know. If you do find Melania nude, unfortunately, we'll have to keep it in-house.
Yeah, yep. No, it's
you know, don't share it. I mean, obviously share it with me.
Yeah, I'm looking.
But yeah, she's on like, I want to say like a plane or something.
There's so many that are like
on a couch.
The crazy dubbed ones.
The
photoshopped ones. Hard to tell what's what, because she's either she's somewhere between a tight little B and a fucking
triple
G
D
or whatever the hell they got her head put.
I'm going to tell you right now, the ones that are fake are the ones where she's like 3 knuckles deep in her own vagine.
Yeah, those aren't them.
No, those aren't the real ones.
Okay.
But the ones that are kind of tasteful, where she's kind of covering up and her titties are out, those are real. So if you can find those.
We can make this one I think would be shareable. I mean, that's,
yeah. See,
naked,
I was saying,
right?
Did you hear me say a plane or something?
Yeah.
She's on a plane.
Yep.
Isn't that look like a private jet?
I would think that would be a private jet.
Yeah,
but she's dressed. We can show that, right?
Yep.
It's GQ.
100%.
Yeah, she's not
100%.
All right, so that's what are we thinking there?
That's a strong 34C.
Oh, there we go.
C plus D minus.
That was a good zoom.
Are those fake though?
Probably yes.
Shit.
Yes. Look at.
Yeah.
That's definitely right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But.
Damn, she should have left him alone. Ladies, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. You don't need it. You know? Tits are for kids.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Listen, when at like 70, might be grateful. They're still hanging in there just like that.
Yeah. I don't know. You've probably played with over the years, and I'm talking sets, not individual, like what, 50 pairs of fake titties? Give or take?
Give or take.
Yeah.
I mean,
me too. They never
Yeah.
are as good as the real thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm betting
Never.
that you had more fake tits than I did.
You think?
Yeah. You had a lot of stripper shit to fucking
No,
events.
played with, but not yeah, there's been a few
Yeah.
that I've been consorted with. No doubt about it.
I was in the real world. I was in the civilian fucking land. You know, they're still out there.
The worst was when
they're less common.
Have you ever played with them while they're natural, whatever God created, and then they go and flip on you, and then the next time you see them, it's like,
yeah, I did have a before and an after on one.
Not great.
Yeah.
Not great. I feel like they need to get them softer.
I've had it the other way too. I've had, well, not from fake, but I've had a pre and post reduction. Yeah.
Were they necessary?
I mean, that's not for me to decide.
Yeah.
Seems
like a self-surgery.
Still wonderful.
Yeah.
The post was fine. Was great.
Yeah.
Was excellent.
How like you played with them beforehand? What are we talking?
Yeah.
Like handful, grapefruit, softball.
It was
basketball.
A lot. It was they were biggins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could see
could hurt you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. As someone with back issues.
Yeah.
I understand the situation. Now, not that I would ever have a reduction to fix my back issues. Just let it go. But,
Well, that's why you've got the lower back issues that you do. Mm-hmm. And a reduction, I wouldn't take it off the table for you.
You never know.
You've done great work with what you had, and always could be time. Anyway, so going back to David Marcus's article here, but when it turns out that Biden was keeping secret material in his personal office in Delaware garage alongside his prized Corvette, suddenly it's like Seinfeld's Uncle Leo stealing from the bookstore. I'm an old man. Spare me. Where was the raid on Wilmington? Unfortunately, the opportunity to conduct a credible investigation has passed. The special counsel probe has been spoiled, and the bungling Justice Department has bungled another one. Think I'm overreacting? Listen to none other than Andrew Weissman, the FBI lawyer appointed to help Robert Mueller run the special counsel investigation into Trump. Why did Biden counsel do the searches of his home/garage and not the FBI DOJ? Or at least invite them to participate or consent to the FBI DOJ doing the searches? And why the search delays and no prompt public disclosure? Let's review exactly what's happened thus far to demonstrate just how sloppy this whole ordeal has become. November 2nd, lawyers emptying Biden's office at the Penn Biden Center in D.C. allegedly happened upon classified documents. They alerted the National Archives, who informed the DOJ no one told the public anything as the country voted in the November 8th midterms. On November 9th, the FBI started a prelim investigation. In December, 4 more documents turned up. That apparently lit a fire under the U.S. attorney, and he recommended Garland appoint a special counsel. Still, the American people hadn't heard a peep until January 9th. On the 10th, Biden faced reporters' questions for the first time, and he was shocked to discover that there were classified documents. He played it off like some weird accident. All the while, the White House knew that classified material had also been found in his Delaware garage. That seems like the kind of thing that a forthright and honest administration might mention, but they didn't. On January 11th, the garage docs were made public. Finally, on January 12th, Garland announced special counsel. So from November 2nd to January 11th, Biden's personal lawyers had free rein to search for, move, identify, scatter around, and maybe, just maybe, tamper with classified documents. This weekend, the White House revealed that even more secret info was found at Wilmington, even after White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said the search is complete. She said that on Thursday. How disorganized is this operation? Were the nuclear secrets mixed up in all that junk mail? The American people lost their patience with this law enforcement ineptitude a long time ago. Is Garland telling us that he trusted Biden's team to turn over everything they had and spill all the beans, no matter how damaging they may be? America knows how Hillary handled that responsibility. Her ops deleted more than 30,000 emails stored on her unsecured private server when she was Secretary of State. Clinton claimed they were personal and private. FBI later determined many of them were not. To this day, there are serious unanswered questions about that investigation, and here we go again. Repeatedly, we've heard from Biden, or heard from people that Biden has been cooperating with the Justice Department. That's what differentiates Biden's case from Trump's, they say. That's why it wasn't necessary for the DOJ to secure a warrant to march into Biden's home. Really, it seems like the DOJ has been cooperating with Biden and not the other way around. I am familiar with the concept of a pristine crime scene. A good investigator would likely object to his suspect fiddling with the evidence for 2 months. Remember that when the FBI waltzed into Mar-a-Lago, they recorded exactly where the documents they discovered were found. Federal agents found materials in Trump's desk. We were all treated to a tastefully photographed sampling of top-secret papers arrayed on the floor. And FBI property inventory revealed a comprehensive laundry list of what they found, how it was stored, and where. Where's the corresponding inventory for Biden? The answer is there isn't one. Biden's team did all the discovering. This whole thing stinks to high heaven, but don't expect our media to notice. Democrat apologist Joy Behar just about summed it up on The View last week, saying Trump is a liar. Trump is a liar and a thief. So it's not a big jump to say that he obstructed and he lied. We don't think that Biden is a liar and a thief, so we give him the benefit of the doubt. See how this works?
We sure do.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking obvious.
I'm amazed that we even know about this.
Yeah.
That they didn't just like stick it back into the drawer, pretend nothing ever happened.
There's a very specific reason that a lot of people are pointing out to for that. And that reason is this dummy decided to announce to everybody or start making it clear that he was running again in 24. And they're like, and this isn't my take, so I'm parroting what other people are thinking, and it makes some sense. Whether it's true or not, time will tell. But saying that, they need to get this fucker out of here. They know he cannot run again. They know he's got dementia. They know he's a train wreck everywhere he goes. They were able to rig it enough to get him across the finish line before without running a campaign, without doing debates, really.
It's full weekend at Bernie's at this point.
Full weekend at Bernie's. And so they know, okay, this clown's going out there and saying he's running again. No. So this will be the nail in his coffin to a lot of people. I don't know. We'll see. Again, that's not my take. That's other people's takes. We'll see how this goes. So see how this works. Not to mention the fact that Joseph Robinette, I love that his name's Robin, his middle name. Yeah. Joseph Robinette Biden is the most egregious fabulist in the history of American politics. So when you're talking about what Joy Behar said, he's not a liar, a thief. He
was a full professor for 4 years.
Oh, yeah. He has lied about his college grades, and that video is spectacular. We've played it before.
Epic, yes.
It's next level shit. He's lied about his college grades, being arrested in South Africa, driving big rigs, being a civil rights warrior, and he's a known plagiarist. But this guy gets the benefit of the doubt. In President Trump's case, that retention of documents triggered an unprecedented raid on the home of a former president, rationalized with a thicket of partisan doublespeak. Biden has not experienced anything remotely similar. Justice is supposed to be blind, but in today's America, it seems to be peaking when it comes to Biden and the Democrats, blah, blah, blah. Not to mention, and this goes without saying, the president can declassify anything he wants. The vice president does not have that luxury, which is another big difference here. Yeah. And a lot of people are still talking about that. And I want to be clear about this. And there are some people that take issues with this. But the fact of the matter is, the president personally, he doesn't have to jot it down anywhere. He doesn't have to announce it. He can just mentally think, oh, by the way, I'm declassifying all this shit, and poof, it's done.
That's it, huh?
That's it.
That's the process?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no way to prove, well, mentally he planned on declassifying every single document that he had in his possession anyways. Yeah. There's nothing he could do. Now, there are some people that would say that's kind of a bullshit system, and we need to have laws that kind of, while you can do that, there needs to be a process, and you need to be able to.
When it's all said and done, when you're done thinking about it, you need to lay it down somewhere. Once it's become declassified, then we're going to know that it was,
And that makes sense to me. And whether Trump knew anything about it or, what his, my guess is he's just kind of inept and probably had no idea that shit was there. But the problem, otherwise this is a non-story to me, but the fact that Biden went on 60 Minutes and gave this heartfelt, how is this even possible? Yeah. How could someone be so, what was the word he used? So irresponsible with such secrets and documents. I personally, he was just going on and on about how great he is. And it was, you knew it at the time. But it's just funny now to be able to go, yeah, okay, dickhead, now what? Yeah. Because you knew he was grandstanding. You knew he didn't give a shit. You knew it was just about, oh, here's a cheap way to score some political points.
That's all it was.
They all do it. Yep. And this story would be a non-story, to me at least, unless he came out and made those comments on 60 Minutes.
Of course.
And all his parrots did the same thing.
Yeah, this giant raid and this pomp and circumstance, dog and pony show garbage they did at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Years ago, I was early on Trump's presidency. It went so under the radar. It was one of a Miss JPE perhaps, but I had a post.
Oh, really?
Like I just did a post that had said "Orange is the new black."
Yeah. I think I remember that.
But nobody I don't think people thought I was talking about the show or whatever. That's all it was. It was just Orange is the New Black. And did nobody even really commented on it? Like anything. Yeah. Like, oh, yes, you must be watching the show. Yeah. I'm like, no. You get it? Orange is the New Black.
Yeah. Trump. Right. Yeah. People can look into stuff. I was it's funny you say that, because all you posted was Orange is the New Black. Is he talking about
no context, no anything, which was intentional.
I did the same thing last night, and I got in some shit for it.
What'd you do?
I put on Facebook, what a fraud, period.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's it.
I can only assume it was the Vikings, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't do hashtag Skull, hashtag NFL playoffs, postseason, Vikings, Minnesota.
Leave it open-ended.
Nothing. Open it. What a fraud, period. And people jumped on me for that. Some people were like, exactly, this Vikings team, blah, blah, blah. And of course I was talking about the Vikings.
Right.
I didn't need to say anything else. I stand by that statement. Vikings fans came after me with, you know, and I understand. I get it. If my Niners lose next week and people tag me on shit, be like, oh, your team's a fraud, I'd be like, I get it, especially 1 minute after the game ends.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shitty thing to do. But I felt like the Vikings were a fraud for many, many weeks, which is why they were underdogs to the Lions, a 7-win team at the time.
Yep.
But people were taking it up with me going, oh, yeah, what do you call the Lions? They've won, what, one playoff game in the last half century, someone said. And I'm like, hold on, do we not know what the definition of a fraud is anymore? The Lions have never been relevant. They're not a fraud. No. They're just not, they're nothing.
Yeah.
They've been shit.
Fraud's pretending to be something that you're not.
Right. The Lions have always been shit.
Yep.
They're not pretending to be anything else other than that. Now, it's looking up.
They are who we thought they were.
Exactly. The Vikings, when you have 13 wins, 14 wins, whatever the hell they had this year, and are the number 2 seed for most of the season, and you look like, oh, God, no one wants to face – you don't want to face the number 2 seed in a playoff run.
Wouldn't think so.
No.
No, you know who nobody does want to see? It would be the Lions.
Yeah.
So
exactly. So to compare those two, like, oh, well, what do you call the Lions? Well, I call the Lions whatever they've been forever.
I call the Lions next year's division champs. That's what I call them.
Right? But the Vikings, absolute fraud. I'm sorry. They won all those games barely.
Yeah.
And honestly, as a 49er fan, no one really in the NFC scares me. But I wanted the Vikings to win that game.
Yeah,
I wanted the
Vikings.
I'd rather play the Vikings than literally anybody else in the NFC. Yep. Maybe the Buccaneers. I hope the Bucs win tonight.
I think you'll do fine against the Giants.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the Giants, but
they can't push the ball down the field. How Minnesota even gave that up is beyond me.
Yeah,
but
because they're fraud.
Yeah. You lock down that line of scrimmage. You keep Saquon and Daniel Jones in check, and that should be an easy day at the office.
Yeah, the Giants look. You know, I don't want to compare them to 2007 or 2011 when they were, I don't know, a 2-win team that went to the Super Bowl, whatever the fuck they were.
Yeah.
Wild card as wild card gets.
Yeah. The helmet catch.
Yeah, exactly. But they look, you know, legit. Like, they look like I think the Jaguars look or the Lions would have looked. Like, can be dangerous. You never know when they're going to get some smart and strong defensive plays, and you know, Daniel Jones looks more and more like the real deal to me.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any receivers. So that, like I said, the not having a down the field threat,
it
makes you one-dimensional.
How do you feel about? Are you happy with your betting so far? I know you've been.
The
audience doesn't know this.
No,
but you've been
don't.
placing a substantial amount of bets.
I have. I've been gambling a lot.
But I will say, in your defense, for context,
yes,
you almost win exclusively when you play poker. You're just crushing.
Yeah.
You know, whether you win $100 or $80.
Little play money,
A little bit of play money. But you've been betting these wild bets.
Parlays, yes.
Yeah.
And it's because, I mean, literally, they're all $5 bets. So if I lose $5.
Right.
But I put all this crazy shit in there, and I can win, anywhere from 50 to 200. The Lions one I took was a plus 10,000. My $5 bet would have won $505.
Oh, against Green Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just pick and choose all these things. And
So give people an example of what a parlay looks like.
I mean, multiple different bets on the same thing. So it can be, a team to cover or the over-unders. But it gets into all the prop bets of like, who's going to score a touchdown? How many yards? Over-unders on passing yards.
Will Jared Goff throw for over 220 yards?
Right. And that was like
Will Amon-Ra St. Brown catch more than 5 balls?
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
so you can pick over-unders, and you can manipulate it however you want, and then the odds go up and down based on that.
Yeah.
And so I've been greedy in that knowing that I'm only risking $5 that I push the limits on all the things to try and make it a bigger win.
Right. Now, so your $5 pays more.
Yeah, there's things that I'm pretty confident in. Like I could do a 2 or 3 leg parlay on a lot of these things and win $15, right? Which would be smart and would be the win. It just doesn't excite me.
No. No, I agree with you.
And most of those things, those core bets hit.
Yeah.
But then I start adding this crazy stuff in there, and I start making it,
But you're square if even 1 out of 15
That's basically
times
it. That's
win.
why I look at it. I just need to hit one. The problem is
and it does make these games more exciting. Honestly,
I haven't hit one
Even
yet.
your $5 bet makes it more exciting for me.
Something to
I'm
root
like,
for.
oh, this guy's got to have one more catch, and T gets that part of the parlay.
Yeah.
You know, oh, so and so needs 3 catches as a running back, and
that was what killed me on the Vikings game, was because I had them to win by 2.5. That was the line.
Yeah.
Which was, I got it at 2.5 because it went up to 3.5 right before the game. And then I had all these other, prop bets in there of different things to happen. And those had all happened early in the game.
Yeah.
I had Hawkinson like over 50 yards. I had Daniel Jones like over 40 yards rushing.
This
like
guy
all
with
this
more
stuff.
than 2 catches.
Yeah, all these things. Yeah. And so they all happened like early. So all I needed was them to win
by a field goal.
By a field goal. I'm like, go to overtime, kick a field goal to win. This thing pays off, easy peasy. And then they shit the bed. But
yeah. And that play, people are bitching about Kirk Cousins. And, he was under pressure, that 4th down throw to Hawkinson.
Threw it short, yeah.
Is there anything more infuriating as a fan when you see a quarterback throw 8 yards behind the goal to gain?
Yeah, 3rd and 12 and you throw a 6-yard pass.
Yeah, and it's like,
here you go, buddy. Go get the other 6.
Guys can break tackles, or there's nothing more infuriating than a 3rd and 10 and your guy makes his curl at 9 yards. And you're like, fuck.
What are you doing?
Go 1 yard further and then turn around. And people, I was watching my normal routine of watching NFL's morning show on their
Good Morning Football.
Good Morning Football, thank you. And they were really upset about it. And they're just like, oh, drives you nuts. You have Justin Jefferson. If it comes down to 4th down, just throw it up. Give him a 50-50 ball. What are you doing throwing 6 yards short to Hawkinson? There was no way he was going anywhere. At least give your guys a shot.
He had a career day, though. 10 catches for 150 yards or something crazy. He was...
Yeah, but
still,
in the moment, you want it, your big guy. You want LeBron with the ball. You want Kobe to take the shot, which was kind of the argument they were making. You know... I don't know. I understand Minnesota fans. Don't be pissed. I'm sorry. I'm ragging on you a little bit.
That's all right. Fuck off.
And I did want
get out of our division.
The more I thought about it, because I knew you had that parlay bet, and I was like, I'll pull for the Vikes for you. But I did want the Giants to win. Now that I think more about it, for one reason, to expose them as the frauds I knew they were.
Yep, that's fine.
That was it. It was like no. I'm not afraid of the Giants or the Vikings, but. People thought they were getting me with like, oh yeah, what about your Lions? I'm like, lifelong Niners fan, so
It's what it is.
What are you gonna do?
All right.
But speaking of gambling, T, what do you think? You've been making a lot of bets. You haven't been successful, so it's hard for you to rag on anybody.
That's fair.
About their
well,
bets,
I mean, like I said, I know where my mistakes are. I'm making good bets. I'm just getting greedy.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Which is okay. It's more fun that way.
It is. Yeah.
So we got a guy, he's unnamed at this point, but DraftKings Sportsbook did come out today.
Is this the guy with the...
And did say this is real.
The Chargers game?
Yes. God. So this is Chargers-Jacksonville. Chargers went up 27-0 in that game.
Yep.
And then at halftime, it was 27-7. This guy bet the Chargers will win. And in order for the Chargers to lose, it would have to be the 3rd biggest comeback in NFL history in a playoff game, which would have been...
We saw the biggest this year already. Right?
No.
Wasn't that didn't we already see the biggest comeback this year?
We saw you talking about the Colts?
Yeah.
That wasn't the postseason, though.
Oh, this is just postseason.
Just postseason. Okay. So you've got Buffalo, obviously, with Frank Reich, that one against Houston.
I got you. I thought it was just of all time, not just playoffs. Sorry.
Indianapolis came back from 28 against Kansas City in 2014. And then this one, which ended up 31-30.
Yeah.
I believe Chargers and Jacksonville. So this guy bets $1.4 million on the Chargers to finish that out. So at halftime, he places this bet.
No, I don't.
Before halftime.
It was before halftime because it was 27-0 at the time. Yeah. And then Jacksonville got a touchdown late to make it 27-7 before the half. But at one point, it was 27-0. Right? And so the way gambling works
he had 4 picks.
He looked awful. They had talked about pulling him. They literally had talked about yanking him out of the game. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But so the way gambling works, some people are yelling at me like, I know, dickhead. Some people probably don't. But now with this online betting, you can bet during the game.
Yeah.
And odds and everything changes as the game progresses, right? Like the the spread and the over-unders and all these things like change as the game goes on.
Yeah.
So whatever the money line essentially would have been before the game started, like if you just picked them to win, the Chargers to win, they were whatever 3-point favorites or something. We'll just say,
so your $100 bet might pay 80.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was, depending on what it is. And so the numbers are like, so if it's plus 100, like you have to bet 100 to win 100.
Right.
Right. Everything's based on $100.
If they're even.
Yeah, it's all based on $100. So
So you can have a really, really lopsided game, and this affects college more than pros because there's a lot more parity in the NFL. But if you've got a really, really lopsided one, Michigan's taking on, our Mother of Mercy, high school team, and it's like, I bet Michigan's going to win. It's like, all right, you can bet $1,000 to win 50 cents.
Exactly. Because you know what it is.
You can do it.
But you can bet them to win, that the spreads, they're going to win by 50. They have to cover the spread.
Right.
That's what it is. But so at this point, late in the second quarter, at 27-0, the line was like minus 12,500. Does it say something? Does it say what it is in there?
Yeah,
something along
that sounds right.
Something right in there. Mm-hmm. So you basically had to bet. So that's a negative. So you had to bet $12,500
to win
100. Right?
Yeah.
So
less than a penny on the dollar.
Yeah. So
this is what his bet was.
Yeah. So this guy. Now this looked like a lock, Jerry. It's a lock.
Until it's not.
Yeah. So this guy bet $1.4 million to win 11,000 and change. 11,200. So he risked 1.4 to win 11,000. Now at the time, looked like a no-brainer.
Did it though?
I mean, well, it's like, still. They hadn't even scored that touchdown yet. It's 27-0.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the fact that he looked like shit, they would just the fact that the Colts
gave up a 32-point lead or whatever a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Tells you that, and we've seen this too many times where a team gets out to a big lead, especially of late, it seems like.
Yep.
It seemed like a 14-point lead at any point in the game. I think Tom Brady is like 501 in games leading by 2 touchdowns in the second half. Like, it just didn't happen where teams could come back. But we're seeing it a lot lately, it seems like.
Yeah. Well, obviously, twice this year.
Yeah.
Two of the biggest in
history. Big deficits.
Yeah. But so, obviously, if you're going to bet $1.4 million, you have fuck you money.
Right.
So
it tells me that some people have too much fucking money, entirely too much money.
And why that was the number and to win 11,000, I don't know.
Would you have to be shit-faced? Do you think he's shit-faced with his buddies on a dare at that point? Because we don't know who he is.
Yeah, the reality is that, that is about as good of a lock as you'll ever get. As close.
I would have argued that 3 years ago, but dude,
I know,
we've
but
seen too many of these.
But that's as close to a sure thing as you're going to get.
Yeah,
that's as close to a sure thing as you're going to get. When
5-run lead in the ninth.
Right. Sure, it's possible, but even that I think would be way more common to give up than a 27-point lead in the playoff game at home.
Yeah.
Or no, they were in Jacksonville.
They were in Jacksonville,
yeah, because they won the division.
Yeah.
Regardless, they are. The Chargers were looked at to be a better team. The Jags hadn't been there. They're young.
The Jags had that lion spirit about them. Nobody wanted to play them.
And they've been hot as hell coming down, and they figured it out, and they came back and won. And good for them. And what a game.
Yeah.
And I even said that, like I mentioned it at that point, like, hey, they could still come back and win this game.
Yeah.
Early on in that, and they did, ironically enough. But I wouldn't have bet it. But I just can't fathom. Like I do the exact opposite. I risk very little with the potential to win a lot.
Yeah, you would have put $2 on Jacksonville to come back.
Right, to win
10,000.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that would have been the bet.
Yep.
Like, what? Okay, say you win and the Chargers win that game and you've got $1.4 million on it. Are you fucking jacking it because you got a check for 11 grand?
You're up 11 grand.
Obviously, you don't need the 11 grand.
You already have 1.5. Yeah, so I don't know if
so unless you're on a dare with your buddies, you're getting fucked up, and it's like, you're not going to believe what Jerry did. Hilarious. Yeah. How Jerry is that? He literally, that's a great story. This dingle fucking actually bet $1.4 million to win 11 grand.
You got my 11 grand? Yeah, here, hold on. I'll have it for you in about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Here you go.
and actually put through 1.4 million on it. I mean,
that just is mind-boggling to me. I mean, and that is a bad beat of bad beats. I mean, that's tough, but I just can't wrap my head around the risk-reward factor.
Yeah.
The juice just doesn't fucking equal the squeeze.
I feel bad for the guys. You know, every year we see there's always one, but you see one of those, March Madness things where a guy's picked the whole thing and all he needs to happen is Butler to beat Gonzaga in the final, whatever. I'm just making up shit.
Right.
But all he needs is that to come through, and he wins $10 million because he picked every other game.
Yeah.
And he loses.
Well, that just happened.
I feel bad for that guy. Where it's like, oh, you're so close. This guy, fuck this guy.
There was
honestly,
fuck this guy. Exactly.
I'm glad.
But that just happened with that last game of the regular season with Houston and Indy. I don't know exactly who it was through or whatever, but it was like a survivor pool where you have to pick a winner each week. And you have to pick a winner of a game or whatever, and it goes throughout the whole season.
Yeah, I like survivor pools.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this guy was in some, I don't know if it was a casino or who was putting it on, but it was like a $6 million purse. And this guy was, so he had the Colts in that final game, and all he needed was the Colts to win, playing the worst team in the league, Houston.
Yeah. Who had the first pick on the line?
They already had the first pick locked up. They were down. I think they were down like 3 scores. They were getting their dicks kicked in.
Yeah.
Like Indy was running away with this game. And then they came back and scored. And not only scored, they scored a touchdown. They were down 7.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, scored the touchdown to go down 1, and could have kicked it to tie it. Said, fuck it, we're going for 2.
Smart.
Got it. Won the game.
Yeah.
Lost the number 1 pick. Good job, and kicked this guy in the dick for $6 million.
Yeah.
And there's video of him watching it happen.
Oh, no.
His buddies are filming him at the bar watching the game as that happens.
Yeah, dude, if that's all you need to have happen and it's coming down the wire, you've probably already spent $1 million of it, right? Like, this is such a lock. It hurts Houston to win this game.
Yeah.
Like
they
Houston,
have no incentive to win this
goes
game.
to your thing where I want the Lions to go down with a chance to win. All they need to do is knock in this 20-yard field goal, and they just take a knee.
Yep.
Like, yeah, we had you. We had you, but we're playing for fucking that number 1
But
pick.
we'll see you next year.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
You almost feel like the team owes the guy $1 million and cut him a check. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you fuck that guy.
Who owes them the, I guess it would be the fucking
Lovie Smith, which he got fired like right after that game too.
Exactly
they came and won. They came back and made this win.
He tried to,
Yeah,
just another black coach in the league fired after 1 year.
Yeah. Look good. Better hire a black guy to come in there and Good
luck with that.
Yeah.
Hey, insurance. We all need it, and most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who even provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasick from Wasick Insurance Services change all that. Brent is over 30 years in the business and offers all types of insurance coverage: auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasick at 734-455-1900 and get a free no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900, and ask for Brent Wasick at Wasick Insurance.
There's a few things I can't stand in the sports world. This pandering.
Women's sports?
Well, that too. This pandering, to viewers, like taking women's sports is a good example. Stop putting fucking 3 highlights, 3 layups from a women's basketball game in the top 10 plays of the day. Stop acting like that's a real thing anyone gives a shit about.
Can we
stop?
Can we just have a WESPN now?
Yeah,
I
think they have
one. Can we
one.
Stop fucking around and just have a WESPN?
I think they have one coming. I either
just
dreamt that or that's
beyond
real.
the Ocho.
Look it up. I think there's a WESPN coming, and I can't wait.
Yes.
Talk about a network. Unless they make the flagship pay for it like the NBA does with the WNBA. Like, this is just gonna come off our books as a write-off at the end of the year when this sport refuses to make money. I think it's like that, but I think there is a women's ESPN coming, which when that happens, can we take all women's sports, unless it's tennis, off of the flagship? Can we just get rid of it like it doesn't exist? Go back to pretending it doesn't exist? Because let's be honest, no one gives a shit about it. The other thing is that I don't understand.
I don't think it's real. I don't see anything about it.
I'll have to look into it because I saw something where I was like, oh, that's awesome.
There's an ESPNW like Twitter handle, but that's just like a Twitter thing that's just focused on women's sports, but it's not.
Dude, I swear there's another, and they've got 10 channels now with Deportes.
Yeah, right.
2, 3, 4.
That was the joke, the Ocho.
Yeah.
Was that dodgeball? They were on the Ocho?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah,
Jason Bateman.
Yes, but I think they do have something. I'll look it up because I swear I wasn't dreaming that. There was like an ESPNW or something coming where I was like, oh please, I can't wait for this. But I don't understand NASCAR trying to act like hey, we're all about civil rights and we want more diversity in our sport. The NHL, it's like. You realize you've both, like, you used to, like, until like a week ago, you used to wave Confederate flags all over the venues that you were in. Proudly.
We didn't know that was bad.
Yeah, okay.
That's just us, being silly. That's all. We didn't mean nothing by it.
Don't look nothing more into that, what you're talking about. We've always been about diversity. Yeah. No one loves the black more than us. Right. Come on now.
I mean, after that whole Bubba Wallace noose thing, we really took a long, hard look in the mirror.
But they put themselves too far out there trying to trip over themselves for diversity, like the whole noose thing.
Yeah.
It was like, no, that was easily, it took one day for people to go, yeah, it's a pull tie. It's been there for years. The same locker was the same garage was used by so-and-so last year. Here's a picture of the same thing. It was not a shot at Bubba Wallace. Remember that guy? The whole fucking crew had to walk with him along the road, and he's walking his car and crying and like, dude, stop it. Yeah. Stop playing the victim. You're a fucking multimillionaire athlete in quotes. Yeah. But the NHL, too. It was always a joke. And like,
I bet that wouldn't have happened if he was like in the top 10.
Yeah, right. But the NHL is another one where it's like you've had as many black guys in the league as you've had women in the league. I think there was one woman goalie, and you've had over the years. It's kind of the joke. Yep. And one day, black people are going to, when they try and actually play hockey, they're going to dominate that sport. Mm-hmm. They'll take over that sport. You know what I mean? Yep. There used to be white DBs in the NFL. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Like in the early days, there were. Mm-hmm. You could have a white safety. Can you imagine today's NFL like that?
Lynch.
Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. I was thinking back in the 50s, but but
Adam Archuleta.
Adam Archuleta, he was a good one. Mm-hmm. Who was the Giants? Michael or
handsome lad.
Dark handsome lad. Yeah. Kind of a Superman look to him.
Yeah, what was his name? I almost said Strahan, but
yes, I know. So was like I almost said Strahan too.
No, he went Baith.
Yeah.
Bubba Wallace is 19th. Not that it matters. Just curious.
Number 31, I want to say. Jason.
Seahorn.
Seahorn.
There you go.
Boom. We're going to get there.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to get there.
That's what we do. We circle the wagons.
So the NHL, it was just kind of a joke. And the reason that historically young African Americans, inner city kids, played basketball and not hockey is because, as any parent knows, hockey's extremely expensive. Mm-hmm. Basketball you can do with just a ball and there's a rim on every corner.
And you can do it with one person.
You can do it with one person.
To practice.
Exactly.
Yep. You can do it with 2 people. You can do it with 3 people. You can do it with 10 people.
So there's a lot of fucking underprivileged, poor white kids that will never play ice hockey.
You can do it with a milk crate stapled to a telephone pole.
Exactly. Or a tree. So there was a lot of opportunity for underprivileged people, whether black or white, but historically, black kids were able to play that, in any garage in the neighborhood, any fucking park.
Yeah, right.
That's a standard thing. Whereas hockey, it's a lot more expensive, and it's kind of the joke, like, tons of diversity in this league. But
I don't know if you know this or not, but traditionally, the blacks don't care for the cold too much.
True.
Yeah.
I didn't say that, but
hey, listen, fight me.
Facts.
Let me say, if anybody wants to call up, if we have any black listeners that love the cold, chime in. I'd love to hear it.
And I'm right there with them.
Yeah,
I don't like the cold either.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck the cold.
Yeah, and it's not even a racist thing.
No,
exactly. I mean, who does? That's why it's born in Canada.
Yeah,
they don't have a fucking choice up there.
Yeah,
this shit's frozen all the time.
Frozen?
So that's all they can do.
Yeah,
that's why they're good at hockey and shitty at basketball. Well, they're getting there now, but
it's starting to. The NHL reversed course this week over a controversial job fair. How do you fuck up a job fair, by the way? But it was deemed discriminatory by Governor Ron DeSantis down there in Florida. And he warned that it would not be tolerated in the state of Florida. The job posting. So I'll read you the job posting, see if we take issue with it.
All right.
Job posting.
What's this posted to? Like a LinkedIn or like a Indeed or one of those?
I think it was LinkedIn and probably lots of places because it's the NHL.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is like internal or if this was out on like headhunters, like what we're talking about. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. So the job posting was for the NHL's first Pathway to Hockey Summit, scheduled to take place February 2nd during the league's All-Star festivities in South Florida, which makes sense why they'd be talking about it in Florida. It's a career event for diverse job seekers who are pursuing careers in hockey. Okay, no problem with that.
All right.
The day will be filled with guest speakers and panelists, networking opportunities, and more. Sounds great.
Okay.
If you're looking for your opportunity to meet with recruiters from the NHL league office and at least 10 of our NHL teams, we welcome you to register. Participants must be 18 years of age or older and based in the U.S. Great.
Okay, seems all.
I love this.
That all checks out so far.
Should have ended it right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Because you don't have to say the quiet part out loud all the time.
Right.
You know, you get people in there, you can make your own decisions from there.
Yeah.
But
so that would have been awesome. Day filled with guest speakers, panelists, your opportunity to meet recruiters from the NHL, at least 10 NHL teams. Just register, and you must be 18 years of age or older and based in the U.S. because we're down in Florida.
Check.
Awesome. Leave it there. But no, they continue.
Ideal candidate would be
you must identify as female, black, Asian/Pacific Islander, Hispanic/Latino, indigenous, LGBTQIA+, and or a person with a disability.
Why did they use all those words and not just say no cis white males?
Yeah. It'd be way easier too,
right?
wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if you're paying by the letter, especially.
Yeah.
You know, these ads like that.
Yeah, they can afford it. But if you and I were posting this, like we're
crackers don't bother.
Yeah. /crackers.
Yeah.
Whitey /. No whiteys.
Definitely.
No cheap suits. Yeah.
No see-throughs.
No see-throughs.
Yeah.
No pasties.
I think that's enough.
Is that enough?
I think we've offended our white audience.
Did we hit the joke hard enough? Okay. If you come up with any others, let me know.
Oh.
I'd like to know. I want to know. I hope the NHL does pursue this though. I want to see trans folks on the bench. Bad. I want to see just a lady
Didn't
out
they?
there
Was
in
it
high-heeled skates?
That wasn't it? Yeah, it was NHL. The like a trans hockey league. Didn't we see a video of that? Something they were promoting.
Was it a trans hockey league?
I think it was.
Where you got dudes dressed as ladies kicking the shit out of ladies?
I think that it was, yes.
Well, I know they've got women's hockey. We didn't learn that until they started bitching about how much they were paid or not paid and their travel arrangements compared to real hockey players. And it was like, holy shit, I didn't know they had a women's hockey league. That was the first time I heard about it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there a trans hockey league? I would think that would just be the NHL, where, if you've got just a lady wants to come in there and play, they're not going to turn her away because she's got titties. Oh, do we have one? Oh, Jesus.
Let's see what this
is. This a gay league or? Oh, no, it says first trans hockey team takes the ice. So it's just a bunch of guys.
Why? Yeah, dude.
Or is it girls?
I hate these ones that just stay little like that. I can't.
Yeah, I hate that too.
I don't get it.
I don't know why they changed it. It's bullshit, but.
Yeah, and then you don't even get the quick zoom action on there.
Nope.
So where'd that one go? No.
Can one of our nerds answer us that? Why did Google change the images things when you clicked on an image and you could make it full screen? Why did they do that? I know there's a reason. It's not for our benefit. Why are they doing this to us? I need a nerd to email walters@detroitcast.com and explain why you have to jump through all these fucking hoops to make a picture normal size instead of just being able to double click on it like you did before.
Look at the
or
hockey
expand
stick.
It.
It's like one of those rainbow colored dildos. We're like, what color can you get to?
Yeah.
The tape, the tape on
the
the
blade. Look at the background. Is that a trans or it's more of a lesbian haircut than anything.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. Well,
isn't that kind of like ID?
Did you come over to my team now?
What?
That's a lesbian haircut?
Oh yeah, that's a lesbian haircut. No, I just wanted to hear you ask that question to our lesbian friend Jenny.
You seemed like you didn't realize what I was talking about.
Oh no, I knew exactly what you're talking about. I play it off.
High and tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good looking.
We all know that haircut. If you think you're passing with that haircut,
good looking ladies right there.
Yeah.
It's
I wouldn't even want to get into a thumb wrestling match with those ladies. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, of course.
Let alone a big dick contest.
Yeah, right? I'd hate to lose a fucking dick measuring contest to a lady. Mm-hmm. But yeah, of course, you got to tape up your the handle of your stick in the rainbow.
Of course. Oh, that's what we're doing.
They've just taken the rainbow.
So yeah, there's because they're the fucking unicorns. Look at them.
Of course they are.
Of course they are.
Boston Pride Hockey. So you're trying to just steal from the gay community, weren't they? Didn't they have ownership of Pride? And Rainbow was gay.
Pride was like an MMA league too. I mean, Pride fighting is a So I don't think they have it or had it. Maybe they took it. Maybe like WWF had to become WWE.
Yeah,
because World Wildlife Foundation was like, that's ours.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you were coming up with if you were coming up with a league now or a band name, you wouldn't throw Pride in it. Right? Like it's established now. I agree with you. You're right. The Pride MMA league was fine.
Well, that's not gay. That's like the farthest thing from it.
The band Rainbow would probably be like, fuck, man. We thought we were kind of hardcore, and now, it's basically.
What about what's LeVar Burton? Is that Reading Rainbow?
Reading Rainbow, LeVar Burton,
is that like Drag Queen Story Hour now? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, sort of. LeVar Burton famously also Kunta Kinte.
Was he?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I only know him as Toby.
No, Kunta. Toby. Wait, Kunta. Your name's Toby, son. God, that was painful. They made us
fucking brutal.
Went on for a week. Remember when they made us watch that Roots?
Yeah, brutal.
Holy shit! I wanted to take myself out. That
was my first taste of white guilt.
Yeah.
Did we really do
They
this?
nailed it with that one. They hit that one out of the park too, because you want to feel white guilt. Watch Roots.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Like, how do you treat another human being so poorly?
Right.
You know.
Do that like MLK Day. Just like fucking put that on a loop all day for 24 hours.
Have them just getting whipped.
Every channel, you can't get away from it.
Yeah.
Except NBA games.
I think Bill Burr does a great bit on that. It's, Jesus Christ, turn it off. It's on for another 4 days. I think that's how we all felt.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
The NHL claimed in a statement the original wording of the posting was not accurate, adding that the event is an informational and network event designed to encourage all individuals to consider a career in our game, and in particular, alert those who might not be familiar with hockey.
All individuals?
Might not be familiar with hockey to the opportunities it offers. Sure.
All individuals.
All.
They listed quite a few, but I don't think they listed all.
They didn't list all. But you're right. They did list quite a few.
They listed a lot, but they didn't list all.
I'm going to read the rest of their statement, and I might add a little bit to it for authenticity. I hate to put words in people's mouths.
Sure. Yeah.
The league said that the event was open to anyone who wanted to attend as long as they were at least 18 years old. And you could have just said that, but you didn't. You didn't just say that. You specifically said female, Black, Asian, Pacific Islander, Hispanic, Latino, Indigenous, alphabet, and or a person with a disability.
Right.
So you want some guy that's missing a leg, like get his ass
Can we
out
argue
here.
that being white is a disability these days? It's
I would argue
there.
it is.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
So
if not, it will be soon.
Be very careful. Slippery slope.
Let's see. There was something in here I wanted to see. The league said the event was open to anyone who wanted to attend as long as they were 18 years old. The league's reversal came after Brian Griffin, a spokesman for the governor, responded to the job fair in a statement saying this type of discriminatory job posting would not be tolerated in the state of Florida and that the league needs to immediately remove and denounce the discriminatory prohibitions it has imposed. Discrimination of any sort is not welcome in the state of Florida. We do not abide by the woke notion that discrimination should be overlooked. if applied in a politically popular manner or against a politically unpopular demographic. We are fighting all discrimination in our schools and our workplaces. We will fight it in publicly accessible places of meeting or activity. Yeah, there was something in here that they said too.
DeSantis gives me a boner. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
fuck yeah, and he awesome.
Yeah, and because that's exactly what you should say. There's so many people that say it wrong or sugarcoat it or hide behind other things. Like, no, that is discriminatory. Yeah. Period. That's on every level. I understand what you're trying to do.
Doesn't end at these specific people.
Right.
Discrimination is just that.
Exactly. You
it's
can't discriminate under the guise of trying to eliminate discrimination, right?
Right.
Equity. No, it's still discrimination.
And here's the thing. I know you think you're righting wrongs and whatnot, but all you're doing is laying the foundation so that 40 years down the road, people can go, look how fucked up it's gotten, and here's where it started. And then you start judging all those people for their behavior. When it's like, hey, couldn't we have just said discriminatory in all factions is wrong?
Right.
And no, you don't get to discriminate against black people. You don't get to discriminate against Pacific Islanders or white people or gay people or anyone.
Yeah.
That includes anyone. How about we don't do that?
Right.
How about we learn the lessons from our past instead of going, oh, here's a great idea. Let's really discriminate against this one group of people.
They've had it too good for too long.
Yeah, their forefathers
But if you don't do that,
assholes.
then nothing's going to change.
Right.
Because it's just going to be, the good old boys club and status quo, and nothing's going to change. So you have to implement these things to implement change.
Yeah, that's fighting racism with racism. It's fighting discrimination with discrimination.
Amen, sir.
It won't end well. It won't go the way you think it's going to go. And I'm sorry, but it's causing more division.
Is that really equity?
It's not. No.
Right.
No. And equity's a made-up thing anyway.
I'm fully aware.
You can't have equality of outcome at all times. There is something called ethic and work ethic and effort. You know, like those things matter. There are people who are just born smarter than you. Sorry, there are some people born dumb, and most of us fall in that C category.
And there's some people that work harder.
Yeah, work a lot harder.
Yeah, there's dumb people that work really hard to get where they're going.
Yes.
And
they do really well for themselves when they put in that work ethic.
Absolutely.
And they, I know people that are not rocket scientists that work their dicks off.
Yeah.
And they get ahead. It's easier said than done. I'm not good at it.
No.
I admit it,
That's why I'm just a dumb electrician.
Yeah, right.
I didn't go to college.
You're one of the smarter guys I know. You are, but you're not the smartest guy I know.
No, God, no.
Neither am I.
Close.
And
I'm not book smart. I fucked up in school. I hated school.
So did I.
Sucked at school.
My brother and I talked about it last night extensively.
And just
hated it.
Shit the bed.
Yeah, it was about socially hanging out with people for us.
Yep.
That's what school was. It was a meeting place to hang out with your buddies.
It wasn't an inability. It was a lack of give a fuck.
Yeah. And I don't know why that is. I have a feeling that if we enrolled in college courses today, we'd do just fine.
If I applied myself, yeah.
Yeah, that we'd read the shit. And
I could be a damn rocket science if that's what I wanted to do.
Maybe. But the point, going back to the equity thing, is we know people that are smarter than us, and there's no amount of studying or research that we would do that would make us comparable or equal to them.
Yeah.
Like, there are some people that just get it when it comes to, really, really deep mathematical knowledge and stuff like that we'll never have, and I don't hate that.
Yeah.
But what I wouldn't want to do is have them go, you know what, Mike, for equity's sake, we're going to have you running this fucking scientific division. No. That's not good for anybody.
Yeah. I know he's qualified, but he's white. Or
he's a black guy who's really smart, and there's too many black guys dominating the science field.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, it's going to make, but it's going to make all of us question stuff that you don't want to have to question.
We shouldn't have to.
You know what I mean?
Right.
There are certain people I don't want flying the plane, right? People that don't know how to fly a plane, for one.
Yeah.
And I don't want them flying that plane for equity, whatever the fuck that is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's certain things that affect all of us. And I want to be able to trust that somebody along the line has done their due diligence and knows this is a qualified individual, whether it's a black individual, a female individual, a male individual, or even your trans pilot team.
Especially in those.
If they're qualified.
Should be the most qualified. Period. End of story.
Yes. I want my surgeon to be really qualified.
If it's absolutely 1 and 1A, and okay, you want to go ahead and give it to the other candidate because
hire them both then.
Fair.
Hire them both.
I mean, if it's got to be one or the other,
surgeons.
Fair enough. I mean,
one's black, one's white. Hire them both.
If
Fire
everything
the low
else,
man on the totem pole.
That's fair. That's fair too. But I mean, aside from that, is the only time it's even remotely acceptable to take anything subpar.
Yeah.
Because of any other reason is absolutely unacceptable.
The problem is I don't trust because there really is no such thing as. They're totally They got the same exact scores on every test they took. They're absolutely equal, except one's black and one's white, or one's woman and one's man. Like, no, there really is no. There's gonna be some. I get what you're saying, but I don't.
It's not gonna be equal on every level. It's gonna be like this. These positives and these negatives. These positive and these negatives. It's a wash.
Yeah.
So flip a coin. Basically.
Well, what if
there's no wrong answer technically? If you're going to do just fine with either one.
Well, what if you hear that a lot though? Hey, if they're both equally qualified, well, what is equal qualification? Does it mean they both graduated from college? Does it mean they both, one went to Harvard and one went to Central? No offense, Central. Anybody that graduated from Central is better than me because I didn't. But you know what I mean? Like, well, they both graduated from college. They were both 4-point students. Well, one went to Harvard and one went to Central. I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't consider those to be equal. No.
But someone saying that, I don't trust that they're going to go truly equal.
No, and that was a bullshit fucking philosophy I tried to put out there.
No. But it's one people use a lot.
That's the only time, like I said, that it would be even remotely an acceptable decision making point. Other than that, it should never be a factor.
Yeah.
And even that's really not. That was just me trying to come up with a reason that it would make it halfway okay.
Well, it's gonna get further and further warped. I have a feeling too, because now we're at this point where when you're talking about equity, one of the groups that you have to bring up as part of the alphabet community is the trans world. Obviously you don't want to discriminate against anybody, but it's too the berth is so fucking wide with what constitutes that. Like, if I just say I'm a woman, I am dressed like this with a beard, and I've been known as Mike and a guy my whole life, it doesn't matter.
Now I'm Michelle.
I'm Michelle. I wake up tomorrow and I announce that, good enough.
You identify. That's all that matters.
So at what point do you think people start fucking with your perfect system and going, I'm applying for this job. I know they only want certain groups of people for equity. The only shot I got to even have a be in the discussion is if I'm trans.
How amazing would that be if a bunch of fucking white guys with mullets and a tooth missing, straight up hockey players, just came walking in dresses and shit.
The Hanson brothers just walk in,
all in drag for the interview process for the NHL.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
And if you laugh at them, if you mock them, even more power to you. You'll get people fired for that. Like, come on, you're not even trying. I don't have to.
I don't have to.
What does a woman look like to you? Who are you to say what I feel on the inside?
Yeah.
That's all that's important. Yeah. What does it matter to you? And I guarantee if you keep pushing this envelope and pushing this car down the road, you're going to have people go, fuck it, man. I don't know what to do. I've done all the work. I've done all the stuff. The only thing I'm not is something I can't control.
Right.
Well, the one thing I can control is just declaring myself a lady, and I'm going to go in as a lady, and I'm going to get this job and just tell them I'm a lady. And who are you? That's why it's just a bad move.
How dare you?
How dare you? It's just a bad move.
Yep. Hey,
bad move.
New car inventory is growing. And when inventory grows, so do the savings. A full lot means a better selection, and a better selection means dreamy deals. Best of all, when you visit our friends in OG-sponsored Zott Ford and Holly, you're going to get both. So if you bought out your lease in the past year or two because there was nothing to choose from, the deals just sucked, and today's your lucky day. There's no need to spend money on new brakes, tires, or maintenance. Just trade in that flaming turd and get $2,000 more than it appraised for when you purchase or lease a new Ford Escape, Edge, or Explorer at Zott Ford. As a matter of fact, you can trade in almost any piece of shit and get extra $2,000 when you get a new whip. Do you need more deals? How about 0% financing? Yes, 0% financing on many new vehicles in stock at Zott. Plus, our boy Gabar and the team will toss in a Ford factory trifold tonneau cover at no charge on every new F-150 you buy or lease in the month of January. My God, that's good. Clearly, an expanding inventory generates beautiful bargains, and you can check out both when you go to visit dealsinthed.com. Tell them TDC sent you.
All right, I got some email for us.
Okay.
And they've been piling up, so I wanted to spend a few minutes going through some of these. Now, I say that to say this. Some of these are from James.
Okay.
Okay?
I bet I could have guessed that.
Well, I'm going to have you, because I've got them kind of dispersed throughout.
All right.
You know, I will read your emails as well, people. If you send us emails, walters@detroitcast.com. I don't read every email, obviously, but I try to get through quite a few of them. You tell me which ones are James and which ones aren't.
I'll see if I can figure it out.
Okay. Biden and the confidential documents. Gentlemen, here's my thoughts on these mysterious documents found in the soup's office. We will never find out what's in them because, well, they probably don't exist. This is their plan to stop him from running for re-election in 24. This is going to be their fake bombshell that's going to give credibility to the left news, and boom, we have Stretch and Gretchen as the front runner. I got $5, 2 2s and a 1 on this.
That sounds like somebody that watched Tucker Carlson with you.
Yeah, maybe.
Whoever's hot take that was.
Yeah, no, this is becoming a popular take.
I'm saying
more
not
more.
James.
Okay, very good. Not James. That's true.
All
This
right.
is from Scott from Florida.
Hi, Scott.
So, yeah, no, I'm seeing this from a lot of people.
I know.
That this is a way to bounce him. And in fairness to Scott, I think he sent this a few days ago. So he's probably going, okay, my hot take was a hot take 7 days ago. Now it sounds like I'm regurgitating what everybody else said.
Yeah.
Sorry for that, Scott. That one's on me.
You could put a little time-sensitive moniker on it.
I know I could.
Although we haven't been on the air for 4 days. So.
Exactly. Thermodynamics.
Okay.
This goes to my coffee. Why is it always twice as hot when you put it in one
Fair.
of those?
Steam was my answer.
You said steam.
Essentially.
And you said it with such conviction that I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What are the mugs? I was trying to think of the
Yeti.
Yetis, thank you. Warm escapes, as explained by T-Roy, also BTUs and the property of H2O-based liquids. Try consecutively pouring into cups or back and forth. Air hitting the surface area of the water will cool it quickly as well. And then there's a link to an article. Another fun thing to do is take a cup of hot water and cold, pour both on your driveway when the temp is below 30. Tell me which one freezes first. No, don't do that. You'll slip and fall. It'll be the hot water.
Okay. Interesting. I'd have to figure out the dynamics of that.
Yeah.
Again, not James.
You would be wrong.
That one's James?
That was James.
Wait, the same James? There's a lot of James.
Same James.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I swear. I
Holy
wouldn't lie
shit.
to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
See? Don't judge, dude.
No, hey, listen.
Don't judge books by their cover.
Listen, I had to guess, yes or no.
All right.
Yeah, boy, way to take your meds, James.
The homeless hippie. This is the one that got hosed down by the...
Okay, yeah.
He should have sprayed it with bullets, then hosed the carcass into the street.
And back off the meds.
Hey.
There we go.
Very good, T.
Yeah,
How did
there
you
we go.
know?
See? That's,
You just ate dick a second ago.
I think that's a morning email compared to an evening email, perhaps. I don't know.
Okay. Here's another one. Let me see if this is easy enough for you. Why does everyone feel so bad for 3 whores and a pussy being deleted?
That's James.
Either the living whore, Dylan, is in on it, or, as T-Roy has so deftly pointed out, she's used to seeing dudes come and go, C-U-M, making her roommates whimper all the time. Nice take on that, fellas. As I've said before, why are we out whoring around off campus? Why don't we act like proper ladies and live in the dorm? Or better still, stay at home and wait to be courted by a proper gentleman looking for a good wife. There's just too much whoring going on. I find it increasingly hard to be empathetic to all these clowns fucking around and finding out. Good days. I said good day.
Was James hacked on that first email? Is that what happened?
Maybe.
Somebody snuck in there and put a...
You know what? I want to play James or not James going forward.
All right.
And I think, James, it's up to you, sir.
I think I'm at 90. Well,
because you were batting 1,000.
I was batting 1,000.
You were batting 1,000.
And
was that James or not?
Yes. Now, I mean, it can be very easy to manipulate those to make it very un-James-like.
Well, if I find that if he's trying to manipulate those things like that, I will not read those.
Fair enough. All right.
So, but you
read that one, Thermodynamics.
Yeah. Well, I knew you'd prejudge that book by its cover, and I needed to teach you a valuable lesson. I hope you learned it.
I just had to guess. I didn't judge. I just had to guess.
Question for your nerds. This is from BJ. Love a good BJ.
Right?
Yeah. Big fan of a good BJ.
Sure. Why wouldn't you be?
It looks like the podcast RSS feed has not updated since episode 1677, the last episode before Christmas. A post on the Facebook fan page didn't result in a solution. The Radio for One Studios website shows links for Apple, Spotify, and YouTube, but does not have an RSS feed. Are we no longer using the RSS feed?
Oh, okay. Nerds, you're up.
That is for the nerds. I will say, and this happens every year at the holidays when we're off for a couple weeks, the nerds tend to go in there, and that's their time where no one's in the studio for the most part, and they can kind of break shit and then clean up the mess.
Okay.
So it's possible. I know we're switching.
Would that be from a Steve by chance?
No, it's from a BJ.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right, BJ.
Yeah.
Well, because there's a comment on the thread from a Steve. Said, "Is there an issue with iTunes? I have not been able to download since the new year."
Yeah, that's an RSS.
And there was a response that said, "I've been unable to download anything. I was able to download TDC. I assume I was able to download TDC until this week." I think that's...
Is that a separate person?
That's a response, a reply to the original. Yeah,
okay.
That's a separate person.
This has something to do with Ron, Travis, or both.
We'll circle the wagons.
We're in there.
See what's going on.
You want to hold that so we can read that directly to them if they're not listening. And we will.
They better be.
We will get that squared away as soon as possible.
And you know what? Bravo. Thank you for bringing that to our attention, because I would have no idea. Mike would have no idea.
Nope.
And so when we know, well, absolutely. Okay. Sounds like Aaron is in there. So hopefully he's listening. Well, I see him that he made a comment somewhere. So yeah, if there's any issues, things like that, yeah, of course, email the show, email Mike, not me, and let him know so that we can fix it.
Where do people email?
Walters at DetroitCast.com.
Walters with an O.
With an O. Okay. Yeah. Well, I figured that people would know that at this point.
I say that to my parents.
Yeah.
My whole family. It's Walters with an O.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
I did want to read a couple of these because I've gotten a few of these. First off, we're set with a painter. Thank you to everybody that's reached out.
We'll see.
Well, exactly. Yeah. I might circle back, Saki, if things go sour. But I think we're good on that. We had someone initially, and that person has freed up some valuable time. And so when I reached out to all of you, that person was like, you know what, I do have some time. So thank you to everybody that responded. I will let you know there will be future projects as well. So no one's out of the running. I did want to address this issue, though, because people email a lot anytime we talk about video games or comic books. We get these. Madden. Hey, Mike, it doesn't matter if you have the digital or hard copy of the game. They send updates to keep rosters accurate and whatnot. You can decline the update, but if you do so, you will not be able to play online. With love.
Well, online. That's the difference there. Like, you can put the game in and you can play it.
Yeah.
But you can't, once you open it up to the World Wide Web, then you're susceptible to all that stuff.
I'll read this one, and then I'll give you,
if I have Madden 94, I don't need to update the rosters.
No.
I want the 94 rosters. That's
if you put the new game into the PS5, you can't just play the game.
No?
No. It's basically a card saying, oh, we'll go download the game for you, and 4 hours later, you can play the game. It's outrageous. This is new to me.
Okay.
Nerds in the gaming world know this.
Yeah.
Someone says, hey, guys, just wanted to chime in on the unfortunate state of the video game world. I don't play sports games. They're a waste of money, in my opinion, because they just update rosters every year or take away features only to add them a couple editions later and say it's a new feature. They just repackage and sell it again for full price. Anyway, they can absolutely change disc and digital games via patch download. They send out the patch and make you download it, and whatever bug or feature in the game is fixed or removed. The only way to avoid this is to have the console not connected to the internet. But then if the game is a buggy mess when it comes out, you won't be able to get the fixes. And I say, make you, because if you don't, they won't allow you to access internet abilities, i.e. online multiplayer. I hate buying things digitally for fear of things disappearing. I couldn't agree with you more there, Alex. Me too. With physical media, I have the disc and I always will. Case in point, I paid for and downloaded the Simpsons arcade game digitally on my Xbox 360. It has since been removed from the online store, so I can't delete it or get rid of my 360 because it will be lost forever, and I can't let them win. LOL, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's infuriating. But I ran into that when the Warren got the PS5, and it was like, wait, why does it take over 3 hours to download this whatever content for this game? And the way they explained it. No, it just, dude, the game is so big.
Jesus Christ.
It takes that, and I'm like, this is outrageous. Mm-hmm. But now it makes sense. There was nothing on that fucking disc or limited. Yeah, and they had to go out to the web.
Basically a QR code.
It was a QR code.
Yep.
Yeah, shameful. And then if they don't like what you're doing or saying on there, they can delete you from it.
Shut her down.
Jeez.
Nobody should have that much power.
Terrifying. Way too much power for these clowns. Mm-hmm. Everyone has to be trans. That's the only way to win. If you go on there and act the fool and they try to kick you off and you go, wait a minute, I'm just a lady, they'd have to reinstate you immediately. So
that's the move.
I didn't want to have to do that, but they're forcing me.
Yep.
All right, let's get out of here. We got football tonight.
Yeah, more playoffs.
Yeah, Monday Night Football.
America's team versus the GOAT.
Wait, is this wild card weekend?
No. This is Super Wild Card Weekend.
Okay, so that continues even into Monday.
Actually, it's been a pretty good weekend of football.
It's been great. It's been great.
It's been pretty super.
Sorry, Vikings fans. I know. It stinks when your team loses. Yeah, hashtag skull. Hashtag maybe next year, but not because of their Lions. Mm-hmm. All right, have a good one, everybody. We will be back tomorrow. We will see you then.